As a queer fat femme, I started to get interested in body politics in my early 20s when I was at art school. I noticed a distinct lack of imagery around bigger bodies, especially empowered images of people of size. As I was the biggest person I knew, I started using myself in my work and in collaborations with other artists. I started to reject this idea that I should be miserable in my body and to seek out other people who are interested in deconstructing society's constant body policing. We had the idea 4 years ago to start a group of fat girls synchronised swimming in Sydney. Pretty soon the message spread and a chapter in Melbourne started up. So we had this group of women who decided they were going to do a performance of synchronised swimming. It was amazing.
Started 2 years ago, so this is our second season. We've got twice as many members this year as we had last year. Collectively we refer to each other as porkos, and so it's kind of become this term of affection and a great deal of joy, I think, for us.
Synchronised swimming for fat people. They're like, why would you call it Aquaporko? Because we're porkos.
I think it's amazing because so often as a fatty you're told, oh, well, you're a little bit too big for that, or really, do you think you should be doing that? I don't know. And you come to a group like this and everyone's like, of course we can fucking do that. What are you talking about? Have you seen what we can do?
Fatties are allowed to go swimming if we're doing laps to try and lose weight, but to kind of be there when you get a whole group of like 6 or 7 or 8 fat ladies in bathing suits, making a lot of splashing and laughing and wearing really, we are highly visible.
I think it's especially powerful that it's synchronised swimming because traditionally that's a sport that's all about society's ideal of beauty and really slender women being really graceful in the water. And now we have really fat women being really graceful in the water.
Sometimes graceful.
Yeah, I was like, sometimes not so graceful.
I've always loved to swim, but when I was at the pool on my own, there's always a sense of it in the changing room and walking to the pool of being self-conscious and, you know, little kids going, oh, look at that lady mummy. Whereas when I'm with Aquaporko, I'm like, fuck you, here we are.
Having a performance and having people be able to come along and watch, it will be incredibly political and amazing.
You have been with Aquaporko from the start.
Yes. I remember that very first day where I'd agreed to go and harumphed around the house going, what a stupid thing, why are we doing this? Like, I just had this moment of absolute crisis of confidence because I was like, why are we doing this? This is such a ridiculous thing to do. We don't know how to do synchronised swimming. Why would we go and like make fools of ourselves in that way?
Yeah.
We had no idea what we were doing and like, but it was just fun. It was like, oh, this is actually really, really fun. And by the end of it, we were like, oh, look, we have skills at the end of this. And now that I've been part of something that is that, I'm like, yes, that's exactly what we need more of. There's being fat in public and then there's being fat in bathers in public, which is like a whole other thing.
It's a whole other step, right?
Yeah.
And that's one of the other things that's great is that it's reclaiming a space that is especially difficult for people of size.
Yeah.
So I wanted to talk to you a bit about whether or not you identify as fat activists.
Sometimes I feel like a bit of a faker using activist because I don't feel like I engage in a way that I necessarily consider activism, which I think is more bound up with ideas of what it means to be a real activist. Whereas like being in Aquaporko, and when I think about those sorts of things, I'm like, actually, no, that is a form of fat activism. Just because I'm not out like storming the Bastille or something doesn't mean that it's any less valid.
Yeah, totally. Like activism is actually a way of approaching your life.
Yes. And when you think of it that way, definitely I identify as a fat activist. There's so many things that I had gone, oh, I'll just wait until I lose a bit of weight to do that, like getting tattoos or doing sports or, you know, actually going to a gym, because being like, oh God, don't want to be too fat at the gym. So it was just like that moment of going, my life will be on hold for the rest of my life if I wait for that. And I decided that wasn't a legitimate way to live anymore.
As a fat person growing up when you're alone and no one really understands, and you've got all these messages coming from everywhere, from family, from friends, from society, who's going to want me because I'm so fat and ugly? Everyone, regardless of their size, has an opinion of a fat body. Fat bodies are public domain. Everyone feels like they have the right to comment and have an opinion on what's best for us and what we should do with our fat bodies. One of the things about being fat is that we're always apologetic about taking up space. Always apologetic. Well, I'm sorry. I'm sorry that I'm taking up more space here. Let me move so that you can get through. We have so much pressure around us to be this way that we are just not.
People think that it's just so magical that you can just eat less, exercise more, and you can change. Why should I have to get decent treatment? And I've been on countless diets over the years, and as everyone who has fat pretty much has, and just went, you know what, I'm done. And don't talk to me about diets, don't talk to me about losing weight.
Do you identify as a fat femme?
Because I know that is a queer term, but at the same time, I think it can be a feminist term. I don't identify as queer, but I would definitely call myself a queer ally.
And where do you think you would be without Aquaporko in terms of your journey?
I would have fallen off the wagon from fat acceptance completely. The first time I kind of walked out and was with the other girls, I was like, oh my God, we're being fat in public. This is massive. What we're doing here is changing the way people look at us and look at fat people in general. I'm coming out as fat. It's funny that you would say it like that because obviously I've been fat my whole life. You guys know that I'm fat, but this is what I'm here to tell you. I don't care that I'm fat anymore. You don't owe beauty to society. It's not your job to get up and put beauty on every day in order to be acceptable.
I love this.
The flattering clothing being what fat people wear, black, slimming, always trying to emphasise the boobs and the hips, draw attention away from belly, thighs, etc., etc. I choose not to do that anymore. I've got a play suit. It's not particularly flattering, and it's so much fun.
I've been doing fat acceptance, fat activism, fat studies for quite a few years now. We talk about how fat works against a whole bunch of assumptions about health, about beauty, about citizenship, about consumerism, about capitalism, about sexuality, about a whole bunch of things. I think mainstream culture kind of continually fosters disgust at fat bodies and makes us out to be something to be laughed about.
It is so very important to create positive imagery because we have none.
We as a culture are so kind of formed through our media that it's really important to have kind of representations of people who look like us that we can identify with, that we can kind of aspire to. Fat activism is kind of redressing that and creating more space for fat bodies and fat sexualities to exist.
You talked to me about identifying as a queer fat femme.
Queering is kind of about denaturalising a whole bunch of assumptions. Fat is really important to my gender and my sexuality. Queer fat femmes have absolutely kind of changed my life and been really kind of fundamental in helping me, embrace my fabulousness, that it's possible to live a kind of fantastic, full, amazing life as a fat person.
I haven't seen the show. I don't know what their moves are. I'm really looking forward to actually just seeing what they come up with.
all of us have had people saying, when can we come and watch? And that's what I'm excited about. I don't know that we're going to be perfectly synchronised on the day.
All together, what more do you have?
Having people be able to come and see people who look like they're doing amazing things.
Hopefully it just makes people go, yeah, that was awesome.
Does anyone else want waterproof mascara?
Well, it is finally Porko Performance Day. So it's been kind of 2 years coming, which is very exciting. It's like, yeah, we're in your pool being fat at you.
It's pretty exciting that we get to kind of show this off to people, and mostly that we get to do it as a team. I'm so proud of these guys. So the first routine we're doing is based from Fantasia, from the ballerina hippo scene. So these are our little tutus. Obviously the Prima Porko has an amazing full tutu in multiple colours and multiple colour wristies. But these are everyone else. The chorus gets the wrist tutus. Also less drag in the water. Prima Porko.
There are going to be a few things that we're doing on the fly. We're totally confident that we're going to make it work because that's just the level of professional we are. Actually had a bit of a cry out the front earlier, just thinking about, I'm going to get a bit upset now. Aquaporko has been a really big thing for me this year. I moved to Melbourne in the beginning of last year and didn't really know a lot of people in it. And then I found this amazing group of women who managed to do something that, you know, is more than the sum of its parts. Crescendo!
And let's
Right. Twinkle.
wait for you to emerge.
I'm really excited to finish and give everyone a big hug and tell them that I love them and that they've changed my lives.
Everybody, thank you all for coming. We're a little bit shocked to see so many people. I walked out here and saw you all. We're like, oh, and I sort of got to went like this. So we're Aquaporko. I'm Jackie, Sarah Jane, Kate, Erin, Moya, Katie, Leonie, Sarah. This is our second year of running, our first performance. And we will encourage anyone who identifies as fat to join for next year. That's all I had to say. We're going to go and perform for you now.
Women are taught to be ashamed of their bodies if they don't fit this very prescriptive mould, and to just say fuck you to that is just very courageous, and I think it's very liberating, and I'm really proud of her.
We rarely get to see near naked fat bodies like that. It's just, oh my God, that's amazing.
floating, bouncy boobies floating in water, and then the bottom wiggles. That was just awesome. You can't do that unless you've got flesh you want to wiggle with pride.
I thought it was so fun and fantastic, and just a little bit envious that I wasn't in the pool with them. Today is really important for fat activism in Australia. You can't just sort of make a decision to love your body and then hide away. It's about exposing yourself, being part of the fat community, and sort of constantly counteracting the other messages that you might get.
Synchronised swimming has probably traditionally been done by a certain type of person and something that probably people are excluded from. So yeah, in that way it's like a reclaiming of that space and normalising that, I guess, and going, yeah, well, there's all sorts of bodies and it's really great.
And I knew that they would be because they were here to see us, but like really, like whenever I looked over at my friends, they were just like, they were so excited for me. I'm like, oh my God.
Every time we did a somersault, yay!
And then like coming out and seeing those 50 people there, go, oh no, there is a much bigger community.
We were talking before about having a team of fatties, like, and not to be
the fat girl.
not to be the fat one.
Yeah.
We have a gang sign and it's the porco nose. And I think one of the really exciting things for me too is there was a bunch of people there who aren't fatties, who have been interested in the stuff that I talk about, but who are really interested in kind of coalition building across like queer, fat, trans kinds of things, and kind of get the and that there's some really interesting politics about normalizing bodies and stuff. And so it was really cool. Like, I've had a lot of those conversations. It's really cool to have people there to kind of see it in action. Yeah.
You know, where people were acknowledging me as fat for the first time ever.
Yeah.
My friends who have known me for the past 28 years or however long, and I've always been like this, but who were actually saying, so this is what this is about. Oh my God, this is amazing. I didn't really get a chance to tell these guys exactly how I feel. It was more just, I love you guys. And you've changed my life. And I don't mean that in a trite way. Like, literally, I am a different person today because of this group. These people have become my family and my support group in a way that I could never have possibly imagined.
For me, this is just the beginning of the conversation. We still have a long way to go in fighting fat phobia, but what's really exciting about Aquaporko is they not only challenge society's relentless negativity around fatness, but they embody a radical message about self-acceptance that's liberating for everybody.